Okay guys, let's go through this. What is the plan? Over here, you'll actually see that is the original iDrive screen that I removed from the car. I'll catch you guys up on the build so far. Not much has been done that hasn't been covered in other videos, but the whole idea is to replace that screen with that screen. Now it is a lot bigger. There are some caveats though. See on the bottom here, this is an E60 CIC screen for E60s 2009 to 2012. So there are a couple of tricks. So I know you have a lot of questions now about how that is going to fit and why I went this way. The biggest reason that I went this way was, if I replace this with an Android screen, even if the screen fills up every little bit of that, the area that's available, my problem is that on the iDrive, the original iDrive, this one, you actually use the iDrive controller to control everything on the screen. But when you move to Android, your iDrive controller still works, but there is a lot more functionality that you can get through the touchscreen by actually touching it. And to try and get your hand in underneath the hood to actually see what you are busy touching, it just looked like a ball ache to me. I wasn't interested in actually trying to actually use the touchscreen if I went for this size. So I went for the big one, 12.3 inch Android 11 system. I do have a SIM and I think it's 128 gig card. We'll be doing that. Go through the whole setup of the thing. For now, I just want to quickly run through the wiring, the basic wiring. This is actually my LVDS cable. I removed it from the car currently because I wanted to route it differently. Because the original screen sits so far back in the car, you can get the way the cable was routed originally doesn't leave you a lot of free space to actually come forward and actually reach the new screen. So I pulled this out. This will be routed again. Then let's go through the basic wiring over here. This is our 4G antenna that'll be connected there. Pretty much just your cell phone / data antenna. We have an external speaker. There's a whole bunch of conflicting reports on whether this is needed or not. It's included in the kit and we'll test it out. This is supposed to be for your navigation voice. So if you're using Waze or Google Maps, that voice is supposed to come through here. If it does not go through one of your speakers, they normally say the left-hand side, but I'm guessing it's for left-hand drive, right-hand side for right-hand drive, or we'll see if this is needed. Then a very important cable that is emphasized often on these Android screens is the aux cable. There is a weird thing on the harness that is currently in the car, is that there's actually no place to plug this in. There's a male and female of these 3.5mm jacks that's already connected to each other. We'll see if this is needed or not. Next we get to I'm going to leave the microphone for just after this. Our RCA connection set, which according to the manufacturer, the only part that we'll actually need is the microphone plug. This is for additional screens and speakers. If you want to put screens in the back seats or something along that line, you can use the video in. There's again aux left and right, video in. One of these should actually be video out. As far as I remember, the green one is actually video out. But doesn't matter. And this one is unused. So goes in on the right bottom side. We're going to use this just for the mic in. As you can see here, this is our mic. The reason why I want to wire the extra mic is, even though you can still use your original telephone dialer via Bluetooth, I want to use it directly on the screen, the built-in one, and for that I'm going to need this mic. We'll route this to where the default mic is on the E93. Because it's a Cabrio, the mic actually sits on the steering column itself. We'll go through this installation as we go along. Then there is another very important thing that I want to cover, that you'll see in all my videos. It should pretty much be in all of them, and that is this right over here. That is Dirty Coke. Don't have to elaborate any further on that. You'll see me drink from that only for two reasons. Reason one, when things are going bad and I need a pick-me-up, you'll see me drink from that. When things are going good and everything it will be a celebration, you'll see me drink from that. And when I'm thirsty, you'll also see me drink from that. And pretty much the job time then depends on who wins, me or the Dirty Coke, but irrelevant. Since this is my first, well, one of my first videos, I suppose my intro video was really my first video. This is stressful. I can actually feel my chest is tight. So Dirty Coke for that. And let's carry on. Then the next important plug is the little baby one. This is the two USBs going right over there on the left hand side. And the big reason for the USBs, they normally actually get laid into the cubbyhole or glove box. But from the options that I ordered, it seems like they will not be laid into the glove box. I'll go through that now. This is the receiver for my TPMS, the tire pressure monitoring system. It is USB, which is going to take up one of those USBs anyways, so there's no reason to actually lay it into the glove box. I'll just find a good place for the receiver / transmitter and we'll just install it there. Then the other bit of kit that I have here, there we go, is our front facing DVR camera. This is the one that is supposed to have traffic recognition. It should recognize vehicles on the road, it should recognize lanes, and it should give me lane deviation warnings and collision warnings and all sorts of stuff. And that is also USB, so that'll be the other USB cable will be for the DVR. We'll route this all the way up to the rear view mirror, stick it on the windscreen there, and we should be golden. Then the last bit of kit is the GPS antenna. I have seen from a whole bunch of other videos that you can actually get a splitter cable that will allow you to use the car's original antenna and just split it off to this. I wasn't smart enough to know about that, so I just got a separate antenna. Just gonna plug in over there and we'll route this. I have heard that a lot of the guys get very good GPS signal in a position just above the glove box, but actually still inside the dashboard, but there's no steel above them, just some material. So we'll have a look, we'll play around with it and see where we're going to lay this to. And that is pretty much it for our layout of our new screen that we're going to install, that is made for E60, and we are going to make it fit into an E93. I'll see you guys outside and I'll just show you what has been done so far. Okay, so we are busy with the fitment, and what I did was added some M4 washers, 2 of them, onto each of the pedestals. Okay, so it's just to get the entire mount, let's get this right way around, just to stand a little bit further out than the default on the E60. So I'm going to mount this up and let's see how it looks. Got the bracket in, just have one screen on the top, bottom 2 aren't in yet. still you end up with these gaps. That's fine. At least here there is a bit of play on the plastic, so it's not actually pushing up against the original dash there. That doesn't have to be trimmed. Same on the other side, and once the actual screen is in, you can't see any of those. I might have a look later to actually close these gaps and shape this nicely with some sort of a epoxy putty that I'll color and texture just to match the dash, or to actually match the plastic. I'll see which way I'm gonna go. But that is it. That is, the bracket is installed. I'm going to do a test fit of the screen now, just to make sure that it clears the top ridge here, doesn't put too much pressure on there. Okay, and here we have screen fitted. Don't worry too much about the fingerprints on here. That is just a protective film that is still on there. Just leaving that on for protection, just so that the glass doesn't get scratched. But I like the fit. I really do. It is a huge screen. I mean, compared to the normal 8.8, this is massive. And again, because it's not inside the portal, it is easy to actually touch. You don't have to lean in to actually get to the screen. The screen is right up here. You can see everything on it. I can't wait to get this fired up again now that it's mounted. Really happy with the fit. Nice and solid. I can obviously lift it up a little bit, and you can hear that because I don't have the bottom screws in yet. Still have a bit of cable routing to do for the LVDS. I removed that completely. I'll show you now why. But very happy with the look.